The video you're about to watch is a clip from the podcast that we released last week. We decided to take it down because the audio was really bad and just all that. But in this clip, Jacob and Malachi don't talk much, so the audio is fine. And I just want to put my story up so you guys know what's going on in my life and all that stuff. So, yeah, hope you enjoy. It's like 30 minutes maybe, but yeah, hope you enjoy. I hate introing, so I'm not going to. But welcome back to the Neapolitan podcast. This is the 5th episode, I believe. And today we have Jacob and Malachi joining us.
What's up, everyone?
What is up?
So yeah, if you listen to the last podcast, you would have heard like a little teaser or something about this podcast of what we're going to speak about, and that was just me gonna share my life story or my testimonial. But yeah, if these boys have any questions, they're just gonna interrupt me and ask me. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna rant a little bit, and then we have other topics that we'll talk about and stuff. Anything you guys want to say beforehand?
Nah, nothing.
No, let's get going.
All right. Jacob did say he's gonna play devil's advocate at times.
If it's like something that, if there's something that I want to play devil's, like I'll just ask questions like spice things up, but it doesn't mean I actually believe it or something like that. Anyway, yeah.
All right.
That's what double advocate is.
So
Yeah,
I guess should I just start from birth? I guess. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
So pretty much, I was born in Blacktown, 1999, 15th of July. That's in Sydney. Apparently, I was born like 90% deaf, or had a 90% chance of being deaf, or something like that, which is pretty interesting. But the doctor said I wasn't lazy, or I don't know. It's just pretty much God just doing His work once more. But yeah, as a kid, I was raised in a pretty good family, like a loving family. I was close to my siblings and my parents. Just chilling, just living life. Yeah, I played a lot of games as a kid as well, like PlayStation 2, Nintendo, all of that stuff. But yeah, primary was pretty lame. And then high school hits. Oh wait, no, I was in. It was year 5, I think, where I actually gave my life to Jesus. Year 5, 2009.
2010 was it? That was year 4.
Maybe I was in year 4.
Year 4 is 2009.
Yeah. So 2009. There's a little bit echo, by the way, but 2009. My sister got baptized. And at the baptism they were like doing a video just to say something nice to Jeanette, my sister, and I was just I was just like, what is happening? And like that night we watched the video back, and in the video I do like this hand symbol. I think it was like I love you or something.
Jeanette.
Yeah.
That's cute.
I don't know, and then I just started like crying.
I want to see that.
I don't know if we have it still.
It's still echo, by the way.
No, it's just fine. But yeah, so I started crying after I saw that for some reason, and then my sister was like, "What the heck is wrong with you? Why are you crying?" I'm like, I don't know. And then, like we're in our parents' room for some reason. It was just me and her, and she's like, "Let me go get mom." So mom came in. We were just chilling in my bed. Not my bed. Her bed.
Wait, this was 2009?
Yeah, 2009, 1st of June.
Yeah.
I think it was 2009. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
And yeah, we were just chilling on the bed, and I think I asked her last year what I said, or maybe this year what I said. or like, because I was young, I can't really remember. Apparently, I was just because I was crying out. Like she asked me why I was crying, and then I said, I want something that you guys have that I don't have. And then she realized that was Jesus. I didn't have Jesus in my life. Even though I always thought I was Christian, raised up in a Christian home, it just doesn't work like that. Your family doesn't make you Christian. I didn't realize that until that day. But saying that, so like a few years pass, and I was a Christian, and I was just living life and whatever. But I don't think I was really living I think I was living like a double life sort of thing. It was like at school I would act like cool, or I don't know, make fun of people. I genuinely think if I like at least once a week I made like a girl cry or something.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, but to be fair, it actually doesn't matter.
That's what retarded girls like in radio.
No, my gosh.
We'll leave that one alone.
So yeah, I wasn't really living the Christian life, but and then at church I would be the first to go up on stage to volunteer, or like I don't know, just always going. I was always going to church, to kids club, to whatever. Like I was committed, and it looked like I was a mad Christian, but I was, to be honest, I wasn't. Like I was living two lives, even though I was pretty young, but still. And then in year 8, we had this Viber group chat. So Viber, for all you youngins, is it's like,
I have no idea what
Is
that
it the
is.
whole grade?
yeah, not the whole grade, but a lot of the grade.
EFG?
Yeah. So
Yeah, okay.
there was a group chat, and then a girl, eventually, shout out to her. She was just like, oh, we should do a Bible study at lunchtime. And I was like, okay. And she's like, who's keen to do it? And I was like, yeah, I'm keen. Like I showed a lot of interest in it. And what baffled me was the fact that a lot of people were surprised that I was interested. Like, I think she said that, like she didn't expect that from me or whatever. And I was like, okay, well something's not right here, because like I'm a Christian, so why can't they tell that I am? And yeah, so that happened, and I'm like, from that time I realized I needed to change. So I started, and it was tough. And at first I wasn't doing it right, because I was more of like a, what's the word? Sort of like a Nazi, but like,
Oh, you just call
Strict
yourself
on
a
people.
Nazi.
what is it, Jacob?
Super strict on people or something?
Yeah, like a
Burn
Christian
Jews.
Nazi sort of thing. It's probably not the right phrasing, but
Oh my gosh.
so yeah, and I felt like I was trying to do the right thing, but I wasn't doing it the right way, because I don't know what was going through my head, but seeing Christians swear and stuff like that, I would just like, I'd be super judgmental and super like,
Condemn them to hell.
I wasn't condemning to hell, but I was like, I would like hit them every time they swore, or like told them off and stuff. And it's like, I don't know, it was just, I think I was a bit too just age about it. And that caused me to, I want to say losing friends, but like I got more distance from friends, and there were like, literally from year 8 to probably year 11, it was tough. Year 9 was probably the worst year, because in that year is where I lost probably the most friends. And like it would be to the extent of like them making other group chats without me and all this stuff. um, which is it hurt at the time, and I was like, what the heck? But I guess they wanted to be themselves, and they felt like they couldn't around me, which is fine, I guess. um, so yeah, that happened. School, I really disliked it, mainly because I don't like studying, and also the whole friendship thing. Um, and I don't have any sour taste to any of the friends or whatever, because I understand. But yeah, it did suck. And then it sucks because I was trying to do the right thing, but I was doing it in the wrong way. Um, and yeah, I don't know if I would do the same. I think I would. That's a sad thing. I think I would be the same way if I went back. I don't know. So yeah, that's school.
Wait, same way in terms of like really strict or hate school?
I would definitely hate school. I can tell you that much.
Oh yeah, yeah. But like, would you still be strict if you like how you were?
I don't think I'd be strict, but I think so. I think like year 8 and year 9, I was super strict and super like aids towards people. And then year 10 and 11, I couldn't, like I wasn't bothered, and I just kept to myself and did my own thing. And I think if I went to school now, then I would be more like my year 10 and 11 self.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
Fair enough.
But I think I need to find a balance of like trying to help these Christians not swear or like not do bad things and stuff, rather than being like a Nazi about it. But
Oh, that's what you meant.
but also I don't need to be like I shouldn't just be laid back and if you're a Christian and you are acting like not a Christian, then you gotta check yourself. And I need to do some checking myself as well. But if you're not a Christian, then swear as much as you want. It doesn't bother me. But yeah, that's my school life. Any questions on that, Joe?
I thought you enjoyed primary.
Yeah, see, primary I enjoyed because, like I said, I had friends. I was,
Yeah.
like, I wasn't living the Christian life. I was
Yeah.
being an idiot. Yeah, then after year 8, it was just dreadful.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And primary was easy. You didn't like have to worry about anything. You just played Black Ops
To do
every
anything.
day.
Yeah. Oh, brother. Yeah.
But yeah, I've had a lot of issues with friendships, not even just at school. I've lost a lot of friends on the way. Some due to distance, some due to like people just leaving, some due to just certain aid situations. And yeah, it hasn't been fun, but I'm glad that it has happened, so I can now help others that go through it, or I can try to at least. Yeah, I think experience is such a good thing, not just for yourself, but for others as well, because you can use your experience to help others, and that's what I remember. Malachi's brother, he was going through certain things that I've never experienced, and I used to always like try help him, but because I had no experience, I didn't know how to help. Or I would just be like, oh, you should talk to these people because they know what you're going through. Or like obviously I was there for him, but I just didn't know what I was saying. So I'm glad that this stuff has happened. But yeah, like I said, it's rough. So that's school. After school, I'm just I finished year 11 and then I left. So I finished year 11 2016. Then I left school, and then 2017 I went to a college. It was called FC11, and I did a diploma of sport development. And
What was that fun?
it was so good. I loved it so much. it was pretty useless to my life, but it was still like really enjoyable.
Yeah. And then, didn't you have like some massive thing wrong with you that year?
What?
Like you couldn't eat or something?
Uh, during that year, I had. So let me. So I went to this college. I did all my work like full like fine because it was very practical and I love that kind of learning. It was a diploma of sport development. I don't know if I said that already. And it was a great year. I wasn't close to my schoolmates, which sucked, but I was becoming a youth leader slowly, so I was close to my youth. Um, but yeah, I think middle of the year or end of the year, literally my whole family was going through like so much. Me and my sister, we got something called glandular fever. What else happened? I think Roger was, I don't know.
Didn't someone pass away?
I don't think that was the time. At the end of the year, I think they did, but not at like that same time. Roger was being AIDS. I don't know what Roger was doing. I think he was just trying to find himself. But
Wait, what year was this?
2017.
That's when the whole me thing was happening as well, like the start of it.
Can't just throw that and explain what's
Nah, well, we'll say that for my episode.
So this is gonna be long.
So yeah, yeah. So there was other things going on in the background. My dad had some weird surgery on his head.
Was that long ago?
Yeah, and my dad was like, so they had to operate on his brain, I think, something like that. And it caused him to be more anxious and more worried, and it just wasn't a good time. Um, but yeah, I honestly that didn't even affect me that much. 2018,
Oh, I cut out there.
2018 was probably like the worst year of my life. Um, just the whole year was dreadful. I finished the college because it was a 1 year course. Um, and I was looking for a job or looking to study, and just every day something would, not every day, but like I just felt like everything in my life was just falling apart from my youth ministry. So I couldn't find a job. I didn't have a job for the whole year. Um, like no income, no study, no, what's the word, like, I know it sounds mad, but it's
No stability.
no, I have family and stuff that will always take care of me. But I had no like. This sounds really bad, but I had no will to live.
Oh, wow.
Fair enough.
Like it doesn't. I just had nothing to like look forward to because I didn't know where my future was going, and I had nothing to like show me a little path or whatever. So yeah, that year was really rough, and then also had other friendship things going on. Um, yeah, it was it was extremely rough, and I think like I wasn't diagnosed with it, but I would say that I was going through depression and stuff. I also had money issues. Uh, it was something like that. I can't remember that year, but all of this was just like pushed to the side because I had this one thing that I loved doing, and I always just like I was hiding behind it sort of, and that was youth ministry. So I was a youth leader. I was a youth leader that's when I started a youth leader, 2018, and I was putting my all in youth leading. And I loved it, and I loved all the youth and everything, um, and I still do, but we'll get to that. And yeah, 2018 was terrible, and then legit, like from November to December, maybe, probably best, the best like 2 months of my life, which sounds weird. Um, so my brother and his wife had their wedding. That was that was a sick wedding. Like I really enjoyed that. A girl told me she liked me.
Oh,
And I went on a mission trip to Vanuatu, and this was the first time I traveled in so long. um, like I'm still laughing. This Vanuatu trip was a mission trip, and pretty much the goal was to build a house in this remote island, like some random island called Tanna, or some random village called Tanna. Um, and it was just, oh, it was such a good mission trip, and I actually miss it so much. It was just like the people there were so good, the scenery, oh yeah. When I came back, I just wanted everyone to just go to see like what I experienced, and it was just so good. Like I genuinely was probably like a K away from a volcano. So like we'd just feel the eruptions. We'd be in like hot springs. We'd just see like just the red smoke from the lava and stuff. It was just sick.
that's mad.
Yeah, it was so cool. And I got closer to boys that like from church. I was sick. And like that trip, I realized that when I'm, what's the word? When I travel, I generally turn into like a new person. So I'm very conservative with the way I love my hygiene. Like I shower a lot, and like I wouldn't go barefoot or whatever, all this stuff. I barely even go like topless in like beaches or stuff. But yeah, the Vanuatu, I just didn't care at all, and it was it was a mad experience. I literally got naked in front of all the boys.
It's because they're only boys, man.
They didn't like. I would never do that. That's the thing. But I don't know what it was. But they didn't. It was like super dark, and I just hid myself, so they didn't see anything. But yeah, that was a mad experience, and like, yeah, just that. Oh man, honestly, if you can go to Vanuatu, just go because it's so good. So that was 2018. 2019, I got a job. I was getting closer to this girl. Things were looking up. Yeah, I was just working, and then I think it was July. So around my birthday, me and my sister, we went to Europe, and we went to Lebanon and Morocco and Egypt. And that was a mad trip, like, because these are places I've never experienced, and it's like places that I've always wanted to experience. I went to London, Paris, Barcelona, Madrid, Portugal, like
That's awesome.
all these places, and it got to the stage where I was like evidently happy, that like a friend of mine was literally like, Jonah, like, you're smiling. I've never seen you this happy. Which is sad to say, but it's the truth. I feel like I don't know what it is. I was never myself until I actually left, like, Sydney or Australia. I don't know if that sounds weird or whatever. But yeah, it's 2019. Not much happened. I'm just skimming over. And then this year, actually, the end of 2019, we had this event at it was like a different church in Tungabi, but our youth went, and the director of Word of Life he came up to me. That's the Word of Life's organization that I'm at right now. Came up to me, he's like, Jonah, you should think of doing this DTC, which is discipleship training course. Something like that. So yeah, I thought about it, and then I ended up deciding no. And then, well, God had other plans, and He said, "Yeah." It's like, "No, you are going." So I did, and when I was up here, I still am up here, but I didn't really know why, because even when I went on ministry and when we did events, I just felt like I had no, like I could be doing more in Sydney for my youth and for my, I don't know, for my church and stuff. It was like, why am I up here? Like, it doesn't make sense. Um, but God showed me why. Um, and the way He showed me was, I would say in July, like a week before my birthday. The girl that I was getting close to pretty much broke it off. And there were many reasons. It's one main reason, but I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, so I was very, very upset, and it got to the stage where I wasn't eating. I wasn't like my mom was like very concerned about me. Um, like it was just a dread. That was probably the worst state of mind I've been in. Um, but then this counselor came up to Word of Life, um, just for I think it was just the weekend or something. Just did some cinema, and pretty much she she was just talking about loving yourself, and I know it sounds cringe, but it's it's a thing that I never really thought of, because I would always put others before myself, and I still would do that, but I like so. Do you guys know the? I'm gonna test you guys real quick. Do you know like the? I'm gonna ask Malachi and Jacob because it's more.
No.
Do you know the greatest commandment?
Uh, do not lie.
No, no, no. It's got to do with
Damn it.
love.
No,
I
so
know if you want.
go, Jacob.
Love your neighbor as yourself,
So it's love God.
and love the Lord your God
Yeah,
with all your heart.
yeah. So that's the main one, and then after that, straight after that is love your neighbor as yourself, and like the way like I never looked at it like this, but it doesn't say love your neighbor before yourself or something like that. It says love your neighbor as yourself, and I was like, fair enough. And so yeah, that was pretty cool. So it's like, how can I love my neighbor if I don't really love myself? And I didn't know what loving myself looked like. It's not, for me. It's not like thinking I'm great or thinking I'm like good, or not even just taking care of myself. But like, I don't know. Just and I asked questions. I was like, how do I love myself? It's just like, I don't know. It took some time, and yeah, I really worked on myself. If you haven't seen my No Longer a Slave video, you should check that out. Pretty much, I talk about my lust that I've been struggling with for a very long time, and it's been great getting away from it. It's still like the past 2 weeks have been like legit ever since I released that video. It's been getting so much more difficult, and it's pretty insane. But yeah, that was so yeah. I'm happy now. I don't know if I'm happy, but for me, happiness isn't like it's not. I don't know. It's not a virtue. It's not something necessary. Um, but like I have the joy of the Lord, which is like something that I'll always have and I will never lose. Um, but yeah, so that's me up to date.